G'day, welcome back to the Enterprise Tech Playbook, where we are on a mission to empower every IT professional with actionable wisdom and a collaborative community, making their next stride in enterprise tech one that truly leads with impact. Welcome to our weekly news review. This is IT Unpacked for pros, by pros, and everyone else. This week, it's all about the AI gold rush and the very real consequences and challenges it's creating for Australian enterprises. To understand what's happening in the enterprise IT right now, we have to start with the sheer scale of the investment. Microsoft's latest earnings show this isn't just hype. It's an unprecedented infrastructure build driven by AI. The key takeaway here is the immense capital expenditure. Microsoft is expanding its data center footprint massively to meet the soaring demand for AI services, which signals a long-term foundational shift in the market. The article references a Morgan Stanley CIO survey, which highlights that Azure is seen as the preferred public cloud vendor for the next 3 years. This is largely due to the expected use of Azure's OpenAI services and GitHub Copilot, showing where enterprise priorities are focused. For IT leaders, this is a clear demand signal. The platform is being built at scale, and the business expectation to leverage it will only intensify. So that leads to the first big question for all of us to consider. How might this massive investment by cloud providers in AI infrastructure influence the pace and the nature of AI adoption within Australian enterprises? Think about that as we move into our next story. So the infrastructure is scaling out at a breathtaking pace. But as organizations begin to stack these new AI tools together, a new report commissioned by the Australian government flags some critical risks that architects and strategists must now consider. The report moves beyond the risk of a single AI model and looks at the complex and emergent problems when you get multiple AIs all talking to each other. It identifies several potential failure modes, including cascading communication, breakdowns, and shared blind spots, and even AI groupthink. The most practical advice is the emphasis on progressive testing, moving carefully from simulations to controlled pilots. This highlights the operation discipline required to roll out these advanced systems safely, and it brings up critical architecture and operational challenges. What new frameworks or operational practices will Australian enterprises need to adopt to safely and effectively manage the inherent risk of these multi-agent AI systems? Let us know in the comments down below on what your thoughts are about what the key considerations need to be. So let's now keep that in mind as we move to the next story. Technical risks are complex, but the human impact of AI is already here apparently. Being warned about it for ages, and here we are. You only need to look at the recent news, Commonwealth Bank, reported by Broker Daily. This is where the rubber really meets the road. CBA is deploying a new AI voice bot, leading to job reductions and sparking a major confrontation within the finance sector union. It's a crucial reminder that digital transformation is not just a technical challenge, but it's a human and a cultural one. The union's push for a mandatory consultation could set up a major precedent for other large enterprises in Australia. This puts IT leaders in a tough position. Beyond any legal obligations, what ethical and practical considerations should Australian IT leaders prioritise when implementing AI that may impact job roles? It's a really tough question, but it's a necessary question. Let us know, again, down below what your thoughts are. Should we care? While everyone is focused on AI, Cybersecurity Dive reports that a massive data breach at Allianz Life serves as a brutal reminder. Your security is only as strong as your weakest vendor. The attack vector is critical. It's a social engineering attack targeting one of the company's cloud vendors. This is a prime example of the supply chain vulnerability that keeps CISOs awake at night. This breach reinforces that robust third-party risk management is simply non-negotiable. This means stringent security assessments, clear contractual clauses, and a continuous monitoring of vendor security practices are absolutely essential. This is a fundamental security challenge. So, what proactive measures can Australian enterprises take to significantly strengthen their defences, particularly against these sophisticated social engineering attacks targeting their supply chain? It's a discussion every IT team needs to be having. The final piece of the puzzle, the element that underpins our ability to manage AI, secure supply chain, and drive transformation. By the way, it's people. The latest Australian Digital Pulse report from ACS puts a number on it. It's $25 billion worth of an opportunity for the economy if we can close the digital skills gap. This report connects every other story. We cannot leverage AI. We can't manage its risks, and we certainly can't secure the systems without the actual skilled people. For every IT professional listening, this report is a career roadmap. It highlights the significant demand and the opportunity for those who invest in continuous learning and skill development. This really brings it home for each and every one of us. What innovative strategies are Australian organisations actually employing to address this digital skill gap? And how can they foster a culture of continuous learning to meet these future demands? I would genuinely love to hear your success stories on this one. And when we talk about this, we aren't just saying this from an employee value proposition. Don't get me wrong. Saying this within your job adverts to attract people, it's a really great start. But we need to actually do this better. So let me know in your comments, have you worked for a good organization or a good agency, public or private, that have actually got this done really well? The big idea is that while the AI boom is driven by a massive infrastructure game, this complexity is breeding a significant amount of new risks. We all know that. It was reported by the OWASP Top 10 ages ago. At the same time, the human element has become more and more a non-negotiable, with real-world job impacts demanding a people-first approach. It also serves as a reminder to prioritize the fundamentals, because a supply chain breach can bypass any advanced defense. Ultimately, the solution to navigating all of these is closing the digital skill gap. We've asked lots of questions. Head down to the comments below on YouTube where you're watching this, or find the posts over on LinkedIn and let me know what your thoughts are on them. I'll be reading all of these comments. Which question stood out to you most? Thanks for tuning into the Enterprise Tech Playbook. And until next time, keep learning, keep evolving, lead with impact.